Hello. So, I wanted to talk to you about a subject that's sometimes difficult to talk about. But this week I made a decision to ask somebody for help. So, I kind of wanted to document it because this is going to be my journey with trying some prescription medication to help me with depression. So, I have struggled with depression on and off for about 20 years. And the first time that I ever realized I was having issues with depression, it was triggered more so by anxiety. My sons were very little at the time, and I was constantly feeling worry and concern about something happening to them or something beyond my control happening that I couldn't do anything about. So I had, at the time, talked to my physician, and she put me on a couple different medications that I didn't really like the way that I felt on them, and also I struggled with my pride. I didn't like the idea of needing to be on a medication to control how I was feeling because, again, my kids were young and I knew I was going to have to deal with it for years to come. So at that time, I decided to stop taking the medication and really focus on my relationship with God and depend on Him. And as the years have gone by, of course, I've struggled with things here and there. Primarily, I would say that it's more anxiety necessarily than what it is depression because it's circumstantial. It's things that I've encountered or gone through in life, such as when my father got sick. It's really hard for me to talk about that time frame without getting really upset and without kind of going backsliding into not being able to deal with my emotions. But I'm getting better with that. Now I feel like I'm having more issues with physical aches and pains and things like that are preventing me from being able to do something as simple as exercising. So I've realized now that exercising is an outlet for me. I truly enjoy exercising, even if my mouth can't stop eating, to allow the exercise to actually work and help me accomplish the goals that I want to do. It's still just an amazing stress relief for me. And also, I think that exercising helps my joints stay loosened up to where they're not constantly cracking and popping. But recently, I injured my knee while working out, doing squats. And I've been struggling now for 2.5 weeks. I haven't been able to go to the gym for a week and a half. And this last week is when things really got bad for me. I just realized that I couldn't I didn't feel like I could deal with the emotions that I was having. Normally, if I'm having some anxious feelings or I'm uncomfortable, I can try to manipulate my thinking and think about something that makes me happy or watch a movie, or I can do all kinds of things that help me get my situation under control. But this week was really different. I wasn't able to do that. Everything that I tried just didn't work. And ultimately, I feel like it was triggered by my knee. Like my knee keeping me from being able to go to the gym just really made me feel depressed. Like I just kept thinking I'm never going to get any better. I don't know what's wrong with it, and I was having a hard time finding out what was going on with it, if anything, because it's so easy to pull a muscle or strain a muscle, and then it's just time. It takes time for it to heal, and I guess I'm very impatient because again, my knee injury keeping me from being able to work out ultimately prevented me from having the outlet working out that I needed in order to be able to deal with some of the anxious feelings that I have. And so it definitely triggered a depressive episode for me. So I recently met with a doctor that I really like and felt comfortable with talking to her. So I went in to see her this week and I told her what was going on. And it was really hard. I had the worst headache all day long before I went in to see her. My mind was definitely making me feel like I was weak and that I shouldn't be doing this, that I should be handling this on my own. And I know that that's exactly what happens when, I'm struggling with admitting that I need help with something. So it was very, very difficult to do, but I did it. And I'm proud of myself because at the end of the conversation with the physician, we discussed several things and she helped me put things into perspective. So one major thing is I have scoliosis, and that's a physical condition that I can do nothing about. I have 2 curves in my spine that has gotten worse as I've gotten older. But for the past couple of years, things have been pretty stable. So it's just a matter of managing the aches and pains that I have. And I feel like I've been doing pretty good. But again, recently, in the past year, I've gained some weight, and it's common sense to know that the more weight you gain, the more wear and tear that puts on your body, especially your bones and your joints and things like that. So I'm over 200 pounds. I'm 5'3", so I'm definitely considered obese. And the doctor and I discussed that being, some of the anxiety that I'm feeling too, because I'm just gaining weight, and that's making me feel depressed. And then the extra weight is causing me to have difficulty with basic movements. And then, having an injury now, I'm not able to go to the gym. And then that affects how I eat because I'm an emotional eater. So it's just one thing after another. As you can see, as I'm explaining it, the ball just started rolling and it wouldn't stop. It helped a lot just going in to talk to her. And also, my husband is an amazing man, and he likes to go with me to every doctor's appointment. He likes to make sure that we both hear what the doctor is saying the same way, and he always wants to help me, when we leave the doctor's office, make the best decisions on how to apply whatever advice the doctor gave. But this time I asked him not to come because I needed to be able to tell her everything that I was feeling. And sometimes even the people that are closest to you, it's hard to say exactly how vulnerable you are at that point. So I did ask him not to come with me, and I'm glad. At the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me because he can't save me and he can't make me take the medication. He can help me decide whether or not it's the best medication for me, in his opinion, but ultimately I know he loves me enough that he wants to see me happy. So whatever it takes. So again, for me, it was time to ask for help, and I did. So I started a medication 2 days ago, and it's supposed to take 2 to 3 weeks before you feel the full effect of it. And I can already say that whether it's just the fact that I went in to talk to somebody a couple days ago, my mind feels more clear. I feel less stressed. I feel like I'm not overthinking things the way that I normally do. And I don't feel so worried about my knee. Yes, my knee still hurts, and it's not, I feel like it's getting better, but I don't feel as discouraged about not working out as I did because I feel like, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And especially just being able to know that everything that I went in and talked to her about is not abnormal, and that I'm not the only one, and I'm not weak. I don't know, just I finally was able to get over my pride. And basically, all I'm saying is that you should be able to do that too. You have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anyone else in an airplane that's going down. That's what they say. If the airplane is starting to lose altitude and oxygen levels drop in the cabin, they say the oxygen masks fall from the ceiling, and you have to put yours on before you can help anybody else. And basically that's the way life is. You have to go ask for help for yourself before you can even try to help anyone else. And I'm a mother. I am always trying to do something for someone, even if they don't ask for it. Bad habit, but anyways, we have to take care of ourselves.